When you hear the sound of the bell, you know you are in the championship rounds with King Amin of Essex. So let's get to it. Lots of championship bouts over the weekend. Yamileth Mercado, you heard me talk about her being a piece on the board for the 122-pound division. Either Elle Scotney or Erika Hernandez Cruz is going to want to, unify with her to create a bigger stir. Something intriguing going on in that particular division. We also saw Jessica Camara, although it was for a WBA Gold. The significance of it was that Camara does have some unfinished business with the Cali Reeses of the world. Some, you know, um, I guess significant fights she could make in the lightweight division. Maybe as a contender to Caroline Dubois or Rhiannon Dixon. Um, Also, it was important for what's Shorty's name? Hoon Min Chin, for her to just stop hiding, and she's a hell of a fighter. It was a very good bout, lots of action back and forth. It's just that sometimes the Korean style is more zombified, just coming forward, throwing punches. She was moving off the jab very quick, but Kamara landing the harder punches and throwing more solid combinations and moving, getting out of the way. So giving more than taking. So it was kind of all action fight, all action fight. And she won by split decision. Of course, in enemy territory. Very significant. I loved everything about it. I can't say I dislike Beatrice Ferreira's performance. It was a great performance, but I've been around for a while, and it reminds me of what's my man from Texas, James Kirkland. Just wide over the top shots that perhaps she's used to knocking, females out, and she busted up Yanina Lescano. It was an accidental headbutt, but she made it worse with the punches. But I think someone mentioned, and I could agree, maybe she goes down a division to 130 if she's trying to create some intriguing or interesting fights. Maybe the power's not going to translate. And then when you get in there against fighters that can manage that awkwardness and avoid the overhand loops, more seasoned fighters is not going to be as effective. So yeah, but again, an action fighter, what we like to see. I'm sure those of you that watched it, although it ended in a technical decision due to the accidental clash of heads, was very entertaining. Again, if she moves to 130, we know who's at 130. Although, you know, um, Delphine Persoon is supposed to be challenging Elisa Bumgarner. We don't know how that's shaping out, but um, you know, great fight altogether. And Ferreria's win adds to that lightweight landscape with the aforementioned Caroline Dubois and potentially Camara. So yeah, lots of stuff. Let's move on. This was the fight for me of the week, and I enjoyed it. It was Redemption. Celeste La Chucky Alaniz. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but she got it right. The judges got it right this time. What did they get? A split decision or a unanimous decision? Um, yeah, they said split decision, and I saw how it could have gone either way because although Esparza was not in what some may consider to be her best fight shape or in the best conditioning, she still can box. She still got the movement, man. She's like a female James Toney. I'm using these references to give you guys if you haven't seen her, and you're gonna be like, James, yeah, man, she know how to fucking move. The problem is she's got no power, and she kind of wilted under the pressure in the early rounds. So good fight though. Good fight though. I don't know what the Spartans are going to do. She already blew weight on the scale, 2 pounds over. So maybe she's moving up to 115. I mean, she ain't got no belts, but yeah, it's smoke at 115, man. Go get you some. All right. Um, yeah. What else we had? Sarah Highhat Jew. This was what division are they in? A light flyweight, 108 pounds. And although she's again, so this is some of the gift and the curse because I keep saying it. Fighters like Jasmine Artiga is not getting title fights. She's 11, 12 fights in, and this girl won a title from somebody that held the belt for 4 years, and she got 6-0 or whatever it is. So I'm not knocking it. It's just that how come some of these girls get these opportunities very early in the game, and then some of the other girls don't. All right, so that's as far as the news and notes. But um, let's talk about just some interesting things were going around. Chantelle Cameron and Matchroom have confirmed that they have parted ways. What is Chantelle Cameron going to do next? I'm not sure. However, if she's not with Matchroom, for maybe she can get down with Boxer. And I know Boxer don't have a whole lot in her division 140, but maybe she can make a move to 147. They got April Hunter, and then just Boxer if they're willing to do business with other fighters. I think I don't know. There's a better. It's as good a landing space as you can land. I think Matchroom has cornered the market on women's boxing simply because you have a preponderance of British female fighters, and also some of the biggest and the best are either with Matchroom or DAZN. So it kind of seems like a loss not being with the biggest company, but there are the other options out there, and I do wish Chantelle Cameron happy trails, but I want to see her come back. All right. Anna Rankin is not coming back. She is retired, but she's picked up a co-management or some sort of management deal with Emma Kozin. Emma Kozin is a unified 154-pound champ. She's got the WBC and the WBO. Common opponent of the likes of Savannah Marshall and Claressa Shields. Emma Kozin deserves her own recognition. I keep saying I think I got to do an individual feature. Maybe that one's coming real soon. But speaking of Hannah Robinson, former Team GB fighter, she's making her debut on this upcoming big weekend, Cinco de Mayo, Canelo Munguia. But Hannah Robinson's making her pro debut. So tune into that. She's in the UK. Um, Heard something online, seen something online. Claressa Shields may be challenging for her fourth undisputed title. I'm not sure which division though, because it's kind of like a head scratcher, right? She's already undisputed at 140, 160, 154. Does that mean she's going to 147? I mean, who's going to meet her at 147? 147 is crowded. Oh, remember she mentioned like, yeah, I'd fight Sandy. My only problem with that is that's because you sparred her and maybe you feel like you can take advantage of her because of your experience. But if you're going to go to 147, you got to fight Bumgarner. All right. So you can agree, disagree, but I think that's the way it has to be. Speaking of which, some interesting news that we've heard from I guess the what do they call it? Misfits promotional company. They are also on DAZN. They've hosted a lot of what people consider the circus fights with the media personalities, internet personalities. Yes, a lot of them were completely bullshit. But the one thing I can say about it is that those type of events are significant because they show you how somebody that is dedicated to boxing can transform themselves. Ellie Brooke, listen, man, if y'all know who she is outside of the Misfits boxing, you should, because I did a hell of a lot of research. All right. Hell of a lot of research. And I love her work. Okay. I'm not gonna let's not get shit confused. I love her work. All right. She got a fit body, and she seems like she enjoys her work. Okay. That said, can you imagine how serious she is? And if you've seen her compete, I mean, she looks better than some of the guys you've seen. So again, you can kind of separate someone's dedication and what they're able to do um, from what you might perceive them to be. Yes, she's an adult entertainer and she's entertaining, but she is also becoming a very entertaining fighter. So why can't you do both? Ellie, why can't you do both? All right, let me move on, man. She's going to be fighting another woman who is not afraid to be provocative. This fight is scheduled for May 25th. Paige Van Zant. Now, her background, of course, is all fighting. She's an MMA fighter. I'm not sure she was either Bellator or UFC. Definitely, she's a bare knuckle fighter. So, um, yeah, and then it's kind of like she's the fighter, but is not afraid to embrace some of you know what Ellie has done, as far as OnlyFans and, comfort with their bodies, things like that. So, yeah, man. But these girls are going to be fighting. So this is what I'm saying. You can dismiss it, you can write it off, but you cannot do that until you give them a shot for them to show you how serious they are dedicating themselves to this thing. All right. So let's not be so presumptuous. All right. What else we got? Fight week. Fight week. And it's a little bit thin, but the card from Argentina is more of a showcase. I'll say. The main event, though, or at least the title bout, the most significant title bout, is Evelyn Bermudez, 19-1. Her only actual losses to Yokasta Valle, but she had a very, very controversial bout against Kim Clavel, which Bermudez was awarded the win, but most people, including myself, think Clavel won that fight. However, she's bouncing back against someone who has a loss to Valle as well. This is Jessica Basalto Salazar. She's 12-1. Like Flyweight. And if you remember what happened, Valle, our champion, moved up, grabbed the belts, vacated, and went back down because she wanted to fight with Estrada. So does that mean Valle could move back up and challenge Bermudez again? I don't know if Bermudez would take off or if she'd honor the rematch, feeling refreshed. You know, I don't know. Because let me tell you something, and I'm not being presumptuous, but a fight between Yokasta Valle and Kim Clavel would be amazing. Mark my words. All right. But we got to deal with what we have now, and that is Evelyn Bermudez versus Jessica Salazar. Yeah, so tune into that one. That one is again out of Argentina. I'm not sure who the promotional outfit is, but it's not going to be featured on any of the big Cinco de Mayo cards that you might see, but just please check it out. Check it out. Just like you're checking me out. All right. Don't act like you can't find it. If you found me, you can found this fight. And I'm glad that we found each other. I'm glad that you found me. You know what? Because when you find out more information about women's boxing, I'm sure it just adds to your understanding. It adds to your passion. And if you can, add a like, add a comment. All right. Share this with your friends. Again, feel free to pilfer around, act like you know this information, go to a party and stand around and use my own words and try to pass them off as your own, but people won't believe you because they'll be like, yo, you're not even that eloquent, motherfucker. All right. That being said, thank you for tuning in. And until next time.